Do you have any tips on staying positive / optimistic during job search? My tip is that it's hard right now. Understand that it is not a personal failing on your part. It is a difficult time. You got to try. Hopefully get creative. If you find one you really like, go the extra mile for it. You won't regret it, even if it doesn't work out. Especially if you're looking for like career job, like white collar, long-term career jobs. Those are harder to find right now. There's a lot of layoffs. It's difficult. Recently, I was rejected for an internship at a big company. I wanted some feedback why, but the person that was managing my application did not reply to my question. Do you think it's weird to write directly to LinkedIn people? Yeah, I probably wouldn't go harass the person if they didn't answer your email. But I think it's fucked up that companies can no longer give you candid feedback because they might get in trouble or sued or, you know what I'm saying? They can't tell you why, especially if you make it to the interview phase. They should ideally be able to give you some feedback, but they can't do it because they're all scared of getting in trouble. So they'll ghost, which sucks. It's a breakdown of like what used to be a better system. But I wouldn't harass them on LinkedIn, bro. Any tips around interview people? I've really been wanting to do a stream about this. This is when I first learned how to interview people when I was at Twitch. I got my original notes in the margins and then things I've also used when I interviewed people. And then I learned a lot more when I did it at NVIDIA. I've wanted to do a stream on this. I think it's really interesting because I think you can also learn how to interview when you learn what the interviewer is looking for. I think it's kind of cool, but I haven't thought about how to make it funny. How do you know if a job you'll ever fulfill you or have always hate it? I think a lot of it depends on coworkers and boss. Actually, I think a lot of it depends on manager. If you have a manager for a job that you like, I think a job that can otherwise be bad or boring can feel way better. The people you're working with is going to make a huge difference. The 3 signs of a happy job are supposed to be like something to do with the people you're working with and then also measurability. So if you can tell by some number that you are doing a good job, independent of your boss's opinion, that is a very good mental bonus. Let me give you an example. There's some jobs where you do something that is essentially kind of bullshit. Like you don't know if it adds any value to the company, if it does anything. And the only thing that matters is if your manager likes it. So you are constantly at the whim of your manager's opinion. I mean, plenty of people have jobs like this. You can tell me about it, where it's like you are doing things that may or may not affect the actual bottom line of the company. You have no idea if what you're doing is helping anybody. And so you have to rely on being in the good graces of somebody who then like gives you a thumbs up. That can be very demoralizing, especially if you don't like them, but even if you do. What you want is some number. Like let's say you're helping with sales of some product and the sales go up and you can go, look, I did this and then sales increased 10%. And so even if the boss doesn't like you or whatever, you know you did a good job. Having something you can say like, I did a good job and therefore feel confident and then like push for a raise or whatever is really important. And finding a way to measure what you're doing, I think is important. I think that's a sign of a happy job. And then also you want to feel like not that you're helping the world. To be a happy job, I don't think it has to feel like you're helping, like doing good, solving cancer or anything like that. That someone other human being is helped by your work. That could be as simple as like, let's say you're an accountant and you're writing a report that helps this team get their project approved or whatever. And they're grateful to you. They thank you for your work. Somebody else has to feel like if you feel like your job is such bullshit that if you didn't do it, no one else would care. That is very demoralizing. That is very demoralizing. So you have to find some way to feel like there is a human whose job or life or project or whatever is improved by your work. That'll increase your satisfaction a lot. Again, I don't have any fucking golden advice here, man. I can tell you that it's difficult. I can tell you that each one of these situations is different than the last. And if I were to tell you based on my experiences in different times, it would be not super relevant to you. I think sometimes the worst thing you can do is get someone even not that much older than you, but older than you, who has a different experience, try to tell you what it's like. It's different. You have a different time. I'm just telling you it's hard right now. I can tell it, obviously. Do you think it's worth it to start a career in an oil gas company today? If you have no moral problems with it, then yes, 100%. I am not of the opinion that oil and gas is going anywhere. I am of the opinion that even if countries increase their green transition, that just makes oil demand from them lower. So oil is cheaper, so the demand goes up somewhere else. I think every single drop of oil that is taken out of the ground will get used. That's my honest belief. If it's not here, it'll be in India or China, it'll be somewhere, but they're 100%. I don't think there's anything like 10 years from now, it's just gone. Was laid off in November, gaming industry. Bro, I'm sorry. I have friends. Same thing I'm hearing. It's fucking, gaming is extra hard right now. Bro, love to you from me and hopefully this chat. What's funny is like, it's not even that profits are down or sales are down or anything. They drastically overhired around 2021 expecting infinite pandemic growth and they didn't get it. And so The layoffs are crazy. I think the industry's not going anywhere. I think if you have skills that you believe in, you'll bounce back. There will be opportunities. I hope this works out for you. But yeah, man, it's going to be hard. I got no fucking cure for you. I had a rough time with HR in my first job because I was hired as a machine learning engineer, but I ended up doing a lot of software development that would do their work and they never gave productive feedback. Oh, I see what you're saying. You were a machine learning engineer who was hired to basically replace HR with AI. And you're mad that they didn't like you. You're mad that they kind of tried to throw a wrench in the gears and slow things down because your goal was to replace their jobs. If you are somebody who comes into a company and you find a way to do something better, I'm not saying this is right. People will be suspicious and distrustful and maybe outright hostile to you. If you find a way to change the way things are done to be more efficient or better, they shouldn't be, but they will be hostile to you because what you're basically doing is upending the system they've created that keeps their job. They are worried about a change in system that leads to them getting you fired, or them getting themselves fired, or giving them more work. You have to understand the human psychology of it. Is like what you're doing is scary and dangerous for them. I work in HR for an esports marketing agency. Oh, Jesus. The amount of things you've seen, I'm sure. The amount of terrible things that you have seen working in HR for an esports marketing agency. By God, I don't envy your nightmares, bro. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you have to lay off people and you are doing it in the most human way you can. Which again, you are one small cog in a larger, dangerous machine for them, and you're doing your best, and I think that's good. But don't be surprised if they don't appreciate it and they're still pissed. They don't owe you good feelings back because you are the face of a machine that is gristling them up and spinning them out. But I do think I think you're doing the best you can. I work in retail in a small town in Sweden where most people are 70 plus. My experience is different from what everyone else is saying about retail. I feel valued. Yeah, bro, you're in fucking Sweden. Yeah. Everything's nice, okay? You don't have to worry about healthcare. You don't have to worry about fucking education or retirement. Your country has walkable cities and a high social trust. Fuck you. Come over here, work retail in America. Work retail in America, bro. Then get sick. See what happens. Deal with a more angry customer who blames you for all their problems. Deal with wage theft. Deal with fucking hours getting cut regularly. See if you can handle it. See if you can truly understand what freedom is. But yeah, I'm genuinely hating going through this business degree my parents want me to do. I've spent the past 6 years being a Taekwondo instructor, and I feel like I should go into education and be a teacher. I don't think being a teacher is a good direction. Just in general, I think teachers seem to hate their jobs right now and they're all quitting. I think if you make a Taekwondo dojo for rich kids, you'll be set. Unironically, I think if you set up a fucking dojo in a nice zip code and you teach fucking rich kids the art of Taekwondo, you'll fucking crush, dude. You'll love your job. You'll make good money. The parents will treat you right. You're good. That's my best advice I can give you. Maybe your business degree can help with that.